I'm sorry, Rwanda just pulled a quiet power move in Paris. So a few days ago was the International Atomic Energy Summit hosted by Emmanuel Macron in Paris. That's the event where world leaders, nuclear experts, the usual global energy crowd get together. Now, when President Paul Kagame spoke, I initially thought, like every other African leader, he was auditioning for a seat at the table. But the more you listen, the more you realized he was sending a high-stakes message. And judging by some of the reactions in the room, I'm not entirely sure everyone loved his tone. Let me get this out of the way. Africa is the headquarters for resource extraction, whether it's gold, uranium for nuclear energy, rare metals for technology. If the modern world needs it, chances are Africa has it. Or like the ATM machine. But something interesting happens the minute African countries start talking about producing and manufacturing. Suddenly the conversation changes into climate change, carbon emission. What about your wildlife? Think about your Great Lakes. Now, don't get me wrong, protect the environment, but it's interesting how they start caring about Africa's backyard the moment we want to start building independent industries. Let's dial it back. Lately, some African countries are challenging the status quo, and one of them is Rwanda through the nuclear energy route. Guys, nuclear energy makes the climate change conversation disappear. It's clean, low emission, reliable. I'm talking about a fuel source so powerful that a small truckload of uranium can approximately power a whole major city for a year. So think about this then. If Niger and Namibia are among the top 10 uranium deposit holders in the world, why almost 50% of Africans are sitting in the dark? I'll tell you one of the reasons. It's NSG, the Nuclear Suppliers Group. Think of them as an exclusive country club of about 48 nations who essentially control who can have access to nuclear technology, equipment, and materials, along with the oversight of IAEA, SHAPE, who can realistically develop a nuclear program. And keep in mind, a nuclear program isn't just about keeping the lights on. It's about AI, tech, self-reliance. It's a fast-track ticket to first world status. By the way, the membership is so rigged, you got countries like Latvia, Greece, and Cyprus in it. Meanwhile, countries like Namibia, who holds the third, or I believe the fourth, largest uranium reserve in the world, can't get into NSG, even though they applied for it. Shout out to South Africa for being the only country part of NSG and who has an active nuclear program. So what is President Paul Kagame doing differently? Well, he's using a backdoor method. Rwanda knows it doesn't need those large, traditional, expensive reactors that will take forever to build. They want the new thing. They want the SMR, the small modular reactors. It's like a snack-sized version, enough to power their cities, fuel their industries, and bypass the gatekeepers, okay? It's like a power move wrapped in technicality. I remember earlier when I said I'm not quite sure everyone in that room liked his tone of delivery. We've got to cover that next.